Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Rad World. Well, today I will be building the Dwarvish Keep I've been talking about. The mine that has been oh so abandoned. I will finally do the interior of it. Well, I say finally, but has it been that long since I've created this artificial mountain here? It's not going to be too big, mainly because the door is tiny and this isn't a very big space to work with. So no huge stone doors, but I can make a pretty good hall. It'll come down, it'll curve around here, it'll come down here, and then it'll lead to a left to right staircase that goes all the way down there. I don't know if I'll do the staircase today, but I definitely want to get this main hall sorted out. Before I get too ahead of myself though, I want to talk about what I did in the last episode. I went ahead and checked out the new 1.21 update, which included me checking out the new trial chambers. It was pretty fun. I would rate them an 8 out of 10, but they're not very useful to late game players. And I finally got myself some pets. Two of those three pets is the orange cat Jake and the Arctic dog Bo, named after actual animals. Bo is the name of my actual dog, and then Jake is the name of a cat I know. I really like them. They're so cute. I like how Jake sleeps on the bed all the time. And these Arctic dogs, they look phenomenal. I also got myself a horse. Now, he doesn't have a name yet. Shout out to Key Strong. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'm not too sure. Thank you for the name. I think Clover is a great name for the horse, and it actually fits in with what I want to do with this entire plot. This hill is only going to be for kind of natural things, non-industrial things, if you will. And I think the name Clover fits in perfectly with that idea. So thank you again for the name. You would not believe how long it took me to get this name tag. I went through 3 nether fortresses and quite a few ruined portals, and yet in the end, I just upgraded one of my villagers to the master level and traded it that way. Now, I have not gathered many of the materials that I think I will be using for the Dwarvish mine. And the simple reason is, I got about half a shulker box through the tuff I needed and realized this can go a lot faster with a beacon. And so, I went to the nether and got 3 wither skulls. Here they are right here. I haven't summoned the wither yet, clearly, but I'm going to. It's not that hard of a fight. The Java wither is like nothing compared to the bedrock wither. They should honestly make it stronger. This will take like no time at all. And with the wither slain and the nether star acquired, I have my beacon. Now you might be wondering, do you already have all the blocks required for it? And yes, I do. Right over in this chest, I went ahead and got all of these emeralds in preparation for the beacon. You have no idea how much I traded for this. Oh, and I've got to tell you something about the farmers. So, these guys don't just sell pumpkins, which I thought they were going to. Because I thought that for the melon and pumpkin trade, they would have to be in this same slot, or in this same slot, right? But apparently not. No, they could just trade melons in the apprentice, or at the 3rd stage of their mastery. That's with every single one here. I don't know when they made that change. The last time I used farmers, it was either just pumpkins, just melons, or melons and pumpkins. I didn't realize it was guaranteed. Now, when it comes to the materials gathered, I've already gathered quite a bit of tuff. And this deep slate was when I fought the wither. Now, this is probably enough tuff for the build. Well, the portion I'm building. But, as you know, I like to stock in bulk. So I'm probably going to get a lot more than just that. So that way I don't have to go out again in the future and get more resources. I say we get on to a material gathering time lapse. It's been a long time since I've done one. And this just seems like the best time to do it with the new beacon. So, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. It'll be a long time for me. I'm thinking 6 hours at the minimum. Alright guys, and I am back. Man, did that not take nearly as long as I thought it was going to be. An hour and a half. That's all it took. That's all it was. I thought that this would take 6 long hours. And you know what? To be fair, I even went out and gathered more materials than I thought I was going to. Like the sea lanterns and some of the other things. Particularly in this box right here. So yeah, this is everything. Now, I'm not going to use all these tough blocks or probably even all this deep slate or stone, but as I said, I collect in bulk. In order to get all these copper blocks, I had to find another trial chamber because I didn't write down the coordinates to the other one, but I did write down the coordinates to this one, so I don't have to worry about going back and getting copper. And as you can see, I have 3 of the exact same disc. Yeah, I didn't get very lucky when it came to the vaults they had there. I got a lot of trial keys, just not a lot of good loot from the vaults. Well, actually, this is good loot, but 3 of them? That's a bit much. Now, for this Dwarvish mine, I've already explained it quite a few times, but there's one thing I'm going to do a little different. And that is the fact, I'm not going to build the entranceway out first. I'm going to build the hall that goes down like that. See, the thing is, I want it to be a 3-wide hall. This is a 2-wide door. A little bit of an issue. So, I can either make this door 3, or just basically figure out a way to go from 2 blocks wide to 3 blocks wide, which I have an extremely hard time doing. I don't know why, I can't figure it out half the time, but the hallway is going to have a nice oxidized copper walkway with pillars coming up, and then probably an archway at the top with numerous other details. I'm going to add those sea lanterns on the wall, and maybe even in the ground. Cover them with something so that they're not just showing. Now, as I'm building the hallway, if I have an idea on how to basically turn this 2-wide entranceway and then bring it down and transfer it into a 3-wide entranceway, I will do that. But as of right now, I don't have a design. I'm also not going to do the stairs in this episode, but I will in a future episode, of course. I'm just getting the main hall down, which is going to sit a little lower just because of how steep this cave is. And yeah, with all of that being said, on to this building time lapse. Alright guys, and I am back. Now, I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. This is not a lot. I had a very hard time designing this space. At first, I wanted it to come down and then across, and I said, nope, it should just come straight out. And then I had an issue with this wall here. It wasn't right here. It just didn't look right. So I went ahead and just expanded it to make it look better. The actual hallway itself went pretty fine. I got this roof done pretty fast and I like the roof. However, I feel like, especially in these areas down here, it lacks a lot of detail. Now, I have given this basically a day's thought, and I've thought possibly I can use stairs to kind of make little indents, basically give it a little bit more depth. Now, this wasn't my original plan. I had to improvise quite a bit, but I have now developed a new plan of it basically coming out here, taking a left, and then taking a right, and then the little stairway down like that. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. If you guys have any suggestions on how I could improve this, please leave them in the comments. I need them. I need more here. This looks bland, especially down there. In the middle of this build, I tried to take deep slate, not cobbled deep slate, regular deep slate, and try to craft something with it. I forgot you can't do that with regular deep slate. So I had to run down to the mine and collect a whole lot more cobbled deep slate. But I guess at least I have a ton of building blocks or disposable blocks, so it's not all bad. Oh yeah, and these copper trapdoors aren't gonna stay this color. I want them to match this. That's why these pieces here are oxidized. I want this to fit in a little bit more with this, and that might make it look a little better. I'm thinking that for next episode, I expand the factory even more. I need a bone meal farm and some other smaller farms. I also might add another layer to that melon and pumpkin farm, because I'm just not getting pumpkins and melons fast enough. I need more emeralds. I want to be the richest man ever. And whilst this farm does a good job, it actually does a pretty good job, I need more. Particularly, I need a bone meal farm. It is going to help greatly with this contraption here and with the tree chopper, as both of those need a lot of bone meal. And I'm sick and tired of going to the nether and getting bone block. It sucks. Additionally, in the episode, if I have enough time, I will go ahead and basically lay out the battleship dockyard that'll be going right here. I'll get the little dockyard outline here, and I'll get the actual construction bay all nice and marked out. Basically just the rough dimensions of it. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye!